Hey everybody, G-Force 41 here with another PGA Tour 2K23 golf course review video. And if I'm at the home screen here, you know it's another episode of Is It Casuals Worthy? So we are at the Van Buren, Buffalo, New York by Shane Sweet. That is Shane 2 Sweet 1 to be exact. And we are going to see if this course, which comes highly regarded and referred to me, is indeed casuals worthy. We have played Shane's courses before. He was featured on Quick Tips, and we did use his course in casuals that we had reviewed. The name escapes me at the moment, but we used it a few weeks ago. So let's see if this one makes the cut. Interested to see what's going on here. He says it's kind of got a mix of holes. Got some templates. There's some early 1900 old school stuff. Looking forward to it. And I'm not sure what the connection between Van Buren and Buffalo is, but maybe we'll find out. I don't know. So let's get right to the golf. All right. Let's see how Buffalo looks. Got some big flowers behind me. Those might have been a little too big. It's always like a little number plate there to the side. I like that. I like the skyline. I like the lighting. Look at this. So yeah, that's very Buffalo-like. It's a little grayish, and no offense to anybody from Buffalo, a little kind of on the drab side this time of year. It seems right to me. Never actually been, and I'm recording this. Look at the tee. I'm looking at the tee box in a second. Oh, interesting. Going right up to the green there. And you got the bunkers going right into the fairway. I've talked before, I'm not a huge fan of that. Some cool planting by a pond here off to the left. Awesome. Oh, I like the city a lot. Looks really, really cool. So some neutral lighting here from Shane. We've talked about lighting before. I'm not going to mess around with driving this green with the wind there. I'm going to lay back a little. Looks like you got the nameplates. I'm going to actually go with a hybrid in different colors off to the side. There you go. It's a nice little touch. A little bit extra work on part of the designer to throw those in every hole. We'll see if he did it. Simple little concept on the first hole. Bunkers look sculpted. I don't know. Maybe a little bathtubby. Take a closer look. Hopefully not too soon. I'm recording this just before the Chiefs and Bills AFC Championship game. So if you're a Buffalo person listening to this, a Buffalo fan, good luck. I enjoy watching both those teams. Looking forward to that game a whole lot. And my kids are too. They're really getting into it. Even the little one knows the Chiefs. He knows the Bills now. He knows Mahomes. So it should be a fun afternoon. By the time this is published on YouTube, you will know the result. All right. So yeah, I like those plates. So you put the sign down, and what do you got? It's like a step or something you use. Oh no, is that a wood thing? Oh, interesting. Good idea. I like it. I like this hole. Look at this view, right? Hey, what do we always talk about on Quick Tips and all the other videos? Show your work. Look at this. Displays the green beautifully. Nice backdrop. Nice tree lines, right? The tree line isn't all over the place. It kind of goes up at a peak behind the green and down to the water, right, as you would expect. And it's not perfectly uniform. You don't need to be totally uniform. It's just the general look, right? Off to the right, the tree line goes down a little. Is it perfectly uniform? No, it doesn't have to be. Looks very natural, very good. You got some rocks that are going to wreak havoc on your ball. You come up short, but I think that makes it a little fun. You got a little backstop. Good stuff. You know what? I keep thinking of the bunker sculpting. I'm gonna look real right here. All right, that's okay. They're just a little bathtubby, but they've been sculpted, so it's just a matter of finding that technique. Kind of an odd green shape. I don't know. It kind of extends a little too much to the water to the left. In my opinion, not a big deal. You've got a cart path in there, Shane. Oh God, I haven't done cart path in a long time. I feel like they're not worth the effort. Depends on the type of course you're doing. First bird of the day. on the board. Hole 3. So far it's pretty flat. So that's my one commentary. Again, I don't know the general landscape around Buffalo. It could be very flat. Maybe it is. I don't see a whole lot of elevation changes or contours to the fairways here. I mean, we just had a par 3. In fairness, but I see a whole lot of flat going on here. And even if a course is relatively flat, you can still add some slope, some inclines, some elevated greens, even if it's 5 to 10 feet. Like, I think it's right here's a good idea, a good example of that. Flat. Why flat? Right? This could be a nice little section here, especially you got a tee box over there. This could be maybe a little hill, right? The tee box is elevated, so why is that green flat? You could continue that hill and put just a little bit of an elevation here and have an elevated green. Just 5 feet even. And I say that just because a lot of the greens I play just have a very slight pitch or an incline. They're ever so slightly elevated. It could be flat, depends on the type of course you play. Where are you? Around here in New England, they're elevated greens. Right? There's a lot of old school Donald Rossi stuff, styles work, a lot of courses designed in that era, in the golden age, the golden era of design. So you get a lot of that. And it's also very small, right? It's very tight around here. The other thing is this course is 7,100 yards from the tips. So unless there's a whole bunch of par 3s, I haven't looked at the scorecard, that's short. When you have a short course, you tend to have hills, you have slopes. Take a look at Newton Commonwealth, or in what I released at Commonwealth Country Club, the original name of the real course. Those are the real slopes, folks. I used a topographical map to do that. So that's, the 100-foot drop from the first hole, that's real. But that's what you have here. You have hills and short courses, elevated greens, things like that. So factor that into your designs. You're going to start with the flat palette. It's up to you to create the plot you're working on. A lot of the best designers... Oh, I just did a green like this on BSVC. So I am redoing Blue Stream Valley, and I put a green in just like this because my course is inspired by actually Stream Song Blue in Florida, but I just situated it in Arizona, and I went back to some of the inspiration from that original course to update some of the old holes. So I had released that course in 19. So I should say TGC 19. The game was called the Golf Club back in the day. It was TGC 19 before it was PGA Tour 2K21. And, of course, PGA Tour 2K23, soon to be PGA Tour 2K25. And no, I don't know a thing about the new games. I know what you know. So we're not going to spend too much time on that. But exciting news nonetheless. All right, what is going on here, my man? Oh, I don't know about this. This is odd. This is very odd, and then you've got not fourth carry. You've got a chance at a huge carry if you're really bombing it, 14 feet down, and you got big wind. But this is just weird. I don't know how you would even land there, right? You've got to really draw one in here. So the concept I'm not against, but I don't know. I maybe get rid of that bunker and make that kind of a center line bunker. I'm not big on this. Not big on this at all. And I don't hit it super long, so I'm going over here. Give the player options. I think that's what the designer was going for there. Not sure it works for me. Different wind. If I hit it longer, maybe it'll be different. So this one's a little interesting. Still getting a feel for the idea and the design. Greens are rolling nice. Did I chip another one in? No. Getting a little better at the short game. A few videos ago, complaining about how bad my short game was, but it's gotten a little bit better. Focused on it a little bit more. Alright, 6, another par 3. Again, the overall lighting and tree lines and everything, the environment is very, very good. I like it. And it's kind of got that, you know, almost, I don't want to say Muni feel, but kind of local course feel. It does have a little bit of the old school. I like that a lot. You don't always have to throw bunkers in there, folks. That's a nice little touch. Little hill that you could see a designer or course architect in real life not getting rid of, leaving in there. Don't bulldoze it. Make it a feature for the course. I like that a lot. The bunkers, I don't like this close up to the fairway thing. Just maybe it's just me, and right there. Yeah, I like the space. Maybe there's something you're going for I don't know about, but I'm not over fond of it. Does it ruin anything? No. Does it look good? To me, not really. Does it look bad? No. Again, I say this in almost every video. Anything I'm saying here is just meant to help the design community, the designer of this course, or designers of other courses, prospective designers, new designers, people with no clue, like I once was, quite some time ago. And no comments about how I still don't have a clue, please, below. I barely designed anything in 23. I only did 2 original courses. And one wasn't original. It was an RCR, right? So I only did Carthwick and Commonwealth Country Club Newton, which was the historical recreation, which took a lot of time. So please play it. Oh, I like this. And then I redid a bunch of courses. So we'll talk about that. I like this a lot because you'd see this kind of a New England-y thing. You know, because we have short... This is something you'd see on a short course. This green kind of tucked back there. I don't know if I would tuck it that tight, but yeah, I see a bunch of holes kind of like this, and then you've got a hill, so that hill can take you down there. So let's see what happens. I've got the wind, and let's see what kind of bounce I get. It's gonna go a little far. That's all right though. And kind of a punch bowly green. So that's a good idea. I like this hole. A little different. Ooh. Getting close. Oh, I almost whiffed on that. That should have been dead center, but I'll take that. All right, we're scoring here today on Is It Casuals Worthy. So far, not bad. Still don't know. I like the fence work. You know, these bunkers are just a little weird. What is this going around the bend? All right. Again, very kind of New Englandy thing here. You see a ton of these around here. Usually shorter, where you'd have to hit a like for me a 5-wood, like a 210-yard club off the tee, and it goes hard right, like a right angle or hard left. And those are just fitting because designers ran out of space in the old days. I would make this a little, I bet this plays a little more interesting from the forward tees, to be honest with you. But because all it is a driver, now I'm in perfect position. So it's all about positioning off the tee on that. There you go. Now you're getting a little bit of elevation. 12. Just see what the 12 feet up does. Really cool. Interesting green shape. Again, I don't, these bunkers are just a little odd to me. I think all you need is that circle there. If you just had a circle there and not that close to the green, that's kind of all you need. Interesting green shape and very narrow. Gonna go right at it with the slope. Probably should have went up a club. Cool. I think it's interesting. I think the different tees here and the uniqueness of some of these holes definitely gives it some replay value. So that's going to work in its favor. All right. Number 9. Heading back to the clubhouse, which is kind of an interesting looking clubhouse. We'll look at that closer on the next one. Yeah, the cart path. It's fine. I'm not sure about that green outline around it. I know everybody's trying to do that now. They're kind of using two textures on the path. But then it just stops here, right? So it's like, what is that? Uh, that's one of the reasons I don't like the cart paths, because that looks a little odd. You kind of want to, what you might want to do there is use the tool to the get rid of the heavy rough tool, right? The erase the heavy rough tool, and kind of put some dirt there. Because in real life, what are you gonna see? You can see dirt because the carts are going there. It's gonna be worn out. There's gonna be no grass there. So that just looks, doesn't look realistic. It's computer generated-y kind of thing. Not a big deal. But for realism, yeah, just try to get rid of the heavy rough there and make it dirt, right? Gonna just hit a little fade. Again, pretty flat. Narrow green again. Flat, flat. Let's look at that clubhouse. Interesting. You got the carts lined up. You got a few cars. I found the cars take up way too much meter. I don't put them in anymore. Flower, nice, nice. So nice little scene. A clubhouse is just a little urban, odd. Maybe that's on purpose. Maybe it's meant to be inspired by something. I don't know. Kind of odd to me, but I don't know a thing about Buffalo, so maybe this is inspired by something that I don't know. Oh, almost. And that was not a good putt. That should have been a tap in. All right. Here's what we're going to do at the ninth hole. We're going to take a quick break for refreshments, just like you would on the ninth hole. I just need a quick drink of water. Please hold, and we'll be back. All right, I'm back. Let's get rolling. Again, flat, flat, flat. It's just so flat. Florida, Arizona, kind of see it. But even, my Arizona course, I'm giving it a little bit of slopes. I got a couple big hills. Not huge hills. Sculpting is essential. Now you got a couple of hills in here like that, like right in front of me. I like that, but everything is just super flat. So this is definitely a 3-shot hole. Holy cow. And I flailed one off to the right. So I'll have a blind shot right there. But I think when the new game comes out, I will do another video on sculpting. I mentioned that in Quick Tips 19. But I think I'll wait. I think the folks that are going to, get into the game there and discover the designer, etc., might need the tips more at that point than in the twilight of this game. Come on. But it is essential, and, oh, God, I almost whiffed on that. Architect Maze gave me a nice comment on one of the videos from about a month ago. And he was talking about just that, how the main thing designers need to learn how to do is sculpt. If you don't sculpt the course correctly, it's not going to pop. It's not going to look good or real good. It's going to look meh, kind of fake computer-generated, computery, I call it. Or particularly realistic. So I like this idea. This is a 3, though. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. And the whole green kind of goes off to the right. All right. And the wind is 6 across. I'm going to have to get some serious loft on this because it's in between clubs. But you're going to get a good kick off the hill, though. See, these are the type of holes I like to play in real life, right? When you kind of got a backboard. If you pull it left, you're going to get kicked back off to the right. All right, let's see. Interesting. Another kind of dog-leggy one. A tree, you want to get out in front of the tree because you're back here. On that whole location, you're going to have issues. So normally, or any hole on the right, I'd play it there. Here, I got to let it fly. So, okay, so there's a simple little decision to make. Again, smart little hole. Definitely see holes like this around these parts, that's for sure. Didn't quite give it enough. Simple holes, birdie ops, holes like this, and you better make that par, right? Alright. I was on a roll there for a bit. Surged to 4 under. Got a bogey and a whole bunch of par since then. So let's see what we can do. Can I carry this? Is it worth it? Look at this green. Are you kidding? Crazy. Alright, 453. The wind's going that way. Try not to kill it. A little bit of a cut. Shape it right in there. And stop. Oh, that's a big bounce and a roll. And that is unfortunate, but that is light rough. And that, folks, is why I like light rough being put on the course. Not only does it add to the aesthetic usually, it adds to the playability. Because that was a pretty good shot. It was just trickling. And there's no way that's going to wind up in a 60-degree or 60%, buried lie in the rough. Just not going to happen. So that is absolutely a great example of why I like the light rough. Very nice. Back on the birdie train. The other reason I think it just adds to the look of the course. Here, the texture the designer has used blends almost perfectly with the fairway, so you can't really tell. I don't, depending on this type of course, I wouldn't do that. So actually, it's a good point to talk about that. That's, I've tried to do that on a number of courses, depending on the type of the course. Like something that's a little more rustic, a linksy kind of course, or a dunes course, a beach course, like abandoned dunesy kind of thing. You want it to blend and look like one big piece of fairway. But kind of this parkland, inland, urban thing, you usually get that cut. So you can't see it. So to me, it doesn't add to the look and feel. I think that's a missed opportunity. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Just looks to me like there's no light rough. I knew that there was just from previous holes. But anyway, so something to think about. Look at this green. Alright, so these greens are pretty interesting. So I am sticking by my comment that the replay value on this course is going to be pretty strong. And my battery is running low on my controller. Get me through this round. Because I can't plug it in because the microphone is plugged in. Older controller that seems to be losing the charge very rapidly. Alright. Another bird. So you can certainly score on this course. I think this has checked the box for casuals friendly. I don't see anything outrageous in the greens. As I say that, of course, we've got the biggest slope on the green and we've seen yet. That's tight little fit in there for it's a par 4. I was going to say, if this is a par 3. So drivable 4. Not a whole lot of risk to driving it. Unless I'm missing something. You go over here. Alright, you're in trouble. I don't think there's any OB. We'll take a look. One more look. Yeah, we'll just cut one in there. Awesome. It's cutting a little too much. Be a little long. I thought that was really good when I hit it. A little up and down for bird. I put too much spin on it. Just a little too much spin. There you go. That's a more aggressive putt right there. We are on a roll. 3 in a row. Okay, it's a strong finish here. We might have a winner. Gotta split the uprights here between two very large and oddly shaped bunkers. So far the only thing I don't like is the bunkering. It's not going up into the fairway because there is the light rough. I probably misspoke on the first hole, but we've got a lion's mouth kind of thing going on here. Yeah, I think the bunkering is just a little odd. Comes up too close to the fairway. Shapes are a little odd and big. That's it. So the way to do a lion's mouth, that's a template, is a little circular green right there in the middle. I don't know why you need the big hill in front of it. Again, I would kind of lower that. You don't need that necessarily. Probably a little bit longer on the sides, and that's not. I don't know about that whole location. The idea on the lion's mouth is to have this side or that side. And if I've been paying attention off the tee, the idea is, well, where. Let me go back. Where do you want to be off the tee, right? Here, there's not much of an option because all you're doing is splitting the uprights. So when you're doing a lion's mouth type of hole like this, you want the player thinking about which side of the fairway they're on. You kind of do have to do that here, but there's not much to think about. You're just kind of splitting the uprights. So I didn't look at the green either. But that's really what you're thinking about. And the whole purpose of the strategy, the whole. Right, where's that approach going to be, even if it's a wedge? Because you've got that central bunker to contend with. Not bad. Oh, little 17th Island green here in, shall we call it TPC Buffalo? All right, oh boy. Well, this is definitely a little slopey, but it's short, 146. I'd be curious to see where the other hole locations are. Cool idea, though. This might work. 146, 9 down, 5 there. I'm just giving it a little bit of more top spin. Because it might be short, and we want that to release to the hole just a tad. Not too much. Not too much. Good enough. Not a good putt. Like the pond, like the water. Good planting all around. Great skyline. Last hole, bring it home. See if we have a winner. There is a good chance indeed this is casuals worthy, unless he goofed up this last hole. Again, pretty flat. Kick that to the fair. There you go. Just enough slope. Kick it back. Oof. Alright. That green's getting a little crazy. So, 10 feet up. Look at that lie in the fairway. Holy cow. I just want to see. Yeah, so there's just a little subtle elevation there, right? Actually, I'm going to go back a club with that lie. No, I should have stayed with the other one. I thought it was going to release, but with that green, nope. So that's a little much on this green, if you ask me, but all in, the greens have been very reasonable. Oh, it's still going. Oh my goodness. Alright. So by the way, the greens are rolling at 161. On the casuals, we'd be playing them a little slower. And get in there for a par to end it. Alright. Nice job. The Van Buren Buffalo. Shane Sweet. Shane 2 Sweet 1. Good course, my man. The verdict is, yes indeed. I will dub this casuals worthy. I will just play a second set of tees because a couple of those greens on the back, I'm just a little concerned about the hole location. So I will check them out. But I like it a lot. Great course and a lot of fun. So it definitely has some replay value. It'll work on the bunkers and stuff, but hey, not bad at all. So thanks for joining us, everyone. Keep those requests coming. Keep tuned to the channel. We're going to do more quick tips. We're going to do more Is It Casuals worthy? Some straight playthroughs of some courses. I might do some quick design tips. I don't know, but the future looks bright with the new game coming out. So stay tuned and drop me a line. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Bye for now.